Okay, so all of you that follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you know that I got myself another project for the fall. So, you're going to see videos tagged 55 Chev gasser build and 50 chopped shoebox build. Let's look. Yep. Ain't she a beaut? This is the original paint. You know what I like about this car? What I like about any car that you get like this original paint is there's nothing to hide. So any rust that you see coming up is what is there. But when you get a car painted and say you've got a bubble on the front fender, you don't know where else it's going to go to. You don't know if there's filler in there. You just don't know. So I don't mind when I get a car like this that's got some rust in it going on. But this is the original black paint. Nice chop on it. Needs the normal. They're always rotting across the back here. No big deal. Seriously, not a big deal. I mean, maybe to some people it's a big deal. I've just done it so much for so long in my life that I don't think of it as a big deal. You know, there's a bit of a dent down in there. We'll get rid of that. Someone's replaced the rockers. You know, I'll probably go through that again. Just because, for me, I don't like how they've overlapped them on here. So I don't know, there could be something going on underneath that. And as you can see, the floor braces, common on shoeboxes. There's one there, there's one up there. You can buy them. You can order them up. Shoebox Central has a lot of this good stuff. Believe it or not, for being this old and for this original, those floors are good. So I'm probably, you know, I'm just going to do I might just do my patchwork in here. But we'll see. It is pretty rotten here. We'll see where to take it. Definitely don't have to get in there. That's one thing of these old shoeboxes. You know, I've had so many of these cars. They used to call me, I used to have a nickname at one point in my life for a couple of years, the Shoebox Rick. Because at one point I owned like 6 or 7 of these at once. And anyway, where I'm going with this, I've owned so many. They all these Fords had this big, huge, thick undercoating on them. You know. The dash always reminded me of just sitting in a cockpit of an airplane. Just wonderful. So this car came out of Saskatchewan, and it's got the original old flatty in there, and I grab it, and that sucker just turns over like a son of a bitch. It just wheels right around. So, you know, you might have a stuck valve here and there. It may not. I don't know. But I'm gonna throw some juice at it here when I get playing with it. I'm gonna throw some juice at it and, you know, check it out and see if I can't get that sucker just to flash up. Now I didn't buy it expecting the motor to be any good. I mean, I should say engine. If the engine's good, the engine's good. If it's not, it's not. I don't care. I'll decide then what I'm gonna do with it. But the whole plan is if the engine is good, running good enough, even if it's smoking a bit, a little bit of ticking, I will then just get her tuned in. I've got all the brake stuff here, way over there in the corner. If you look way under there, I've got brake shoes, clutches, everything you need to do the brakes in this car. And I've even got a brand new complete exhaust system for a flathead. So if this sucker does run half-ass decent, I'm just gonna put all that shit on this car and drive it for the spring or summer the way it is. I'll fix the floors, I'll wash it, I'll clean it, and I'll leave it alone. Put the gloss in it and just leave it alone. Go have fun with it. That's what I'm going to do. And then next winter is when I'll get back into it. But if it ends up, you know, the engine's shot and it won't, you know, it's a big hassle, well, then I got to decide. You know, am I going to small block Chev, Ford, Y block? Don't know. Could do anything. At the end of the day, whatever I do, doesn't have to be nothing too spectacular, and I'll tell you why. You don't open a hood of a car like this when you're at a car show. It's a custom. The hood is meant to stay down. When you open a hood of a car like this at a car show, you've just ruined all the lines. Look at the trunk lid open right now. Does that look nice? Or does it look nicer when the trunk lid is, let's see here. Or does that look nicer when the trunk lid is down? The end of the day, it looks way nicer when it's down. Can't argue that. So why would you leave the hood up? And really, I'm not too worried about what I do put in it for an engine. You know, if someone says, "Oh, I wouldn't have done this, wouldn't have done that," I'd keep it forward. I wouldn't go Chev, or I wouldn't go forward. I'd go Chev, or whatever they're going to say, or I'd keep the flathead. It ain't going to matter because I'm never going to lift the hood unless I'm checking the oil. And my stuff doesn't stay clean the longest because I drive my shit. I build it to drive. So, and that's what we're going to do with this car. We're going to have a lot of fun with this car. We're going to build it. We're going to drive it. We're going to enjoy it. So this is it, folks. This is the newest of the fleet. And, you know, typical floors. Just gone there. But again, whatever. Doors are all solid. Beautiful chop. But man, now that I got it in my shop here, sitting here, whew, I can smell the gas in this sucker. So, yeah, I might be jacking this sucker up tonight and getting that gas tank out of there. I can't leave it sit in the shop. This ain't going to sit in here for long anyway. This is for customer vehicles. The tow truck came today, it dropped it here, and that's where it is. It was raining, so I thought, well, I'll be nice to her and put her inside. But I do believe I'm going to yank the tank out of it right now. So that's it for this evening. This is your first glance at the 50 Ford Shoebox. So I guess we'll label this one Chop Shoebox Build. I don't know. And we'll see where I go with it. We'll see where I run with it over the fall. Between that, the 55 Gasser, and the 58 wagon of my wife's, doing a few things to that over the fall, I'm not too upset that winter's on the way. Always a good time at old time.